find life after uni?
I don't know. Something to me about the uni process is like, obviously, everybody lies to you and says, yeah, you need this, you need that. When you get to uni, you discover it for yourself. Like, it's not it at all. But I feel like even the age that we go to uni, like 18, that's when you go, right? Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
I feel like it's way too early. Not in the sense of like it's too early to be doing all this. Like, okay, fair enough, you can do it. But you'll find, like, with a lot of people I know, they did their degrees, they did their masters, now they're 27 and they're like, bro, I don't know what I want to do in my life. And I'm like, you have these degrees, like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? They're like, yeah, I have them there, but that's not what I wanted to do. And I feel like because people change as you grow, what you want to do when you're 16, 18, that's not what you're going to want to do when you're 40. So for me, I don't know. For me, I find it hard to kind of, I guess I still find it hard to kind of adjust to the whole, like, so right now, at my current age, I'm supposed to decide what I'm going to do until I retire.
I mean, that's where I'll say the system is completely wrong as well, because there shouldn't be such a pressure to, like, make this decision to do for the rest of your life. You should be taught that it's okay to kind of do it in stages, isn't it? So you can have a job for this 10 years, and then you can switch, and then you can switch. The good thing about living in, like, the UK and England and stuff like that is that you get given this opportunity to do that type of stuff, you know? So, yeah.
Do you think like there's a bit of a, it's different now to how it was back then though? So like, you know how now it's a bit more normalized to not go uni, get your own way, get your own business, multiple like streams of income. But like, I'm sure like your parents, or the old generations, all they know is work, go uni, get a job, rest of life, provide. Do you get me? So it's like, how are they going to teach a new way of kind of living your life if that's the only way they knew previously, if that makes sense?
Should do like lessons in 419, squares.
Huh?
What? What do you mean? Would I say that was wrong? What? Society's shifted now and these things are now a norm, innit? So like, yeah, let's go with the times. You're supposed to adapt, you're supposed to move with
So teach
the times.
fraud.
Yeah?
Teach fraud.
Yeah.
So
And
teach
I
everyone.
Hey, you know how you're saying things have gone at the time,
Yeah.
controversial topic. So are you saying that they should also teach girls about OnlyFans and sex ed?
Hey yo!
I'm just asking.
Unpack the question a little bit, innit? Because
Right, you say you should learn 419.
yeah.
In what sense?
I was joking about that first of all.
Alright. So you know what? I was joking about the OnlyFans thing too. Yeah.
Now you know, it's got a point. It's got a point. Like, I'm not saying for OnlyFans, yeah. But at what point do you start teaching like younger kids about different ways to make money? That's not the conventional route. Do you know what I mean?
I think depending on the way in it, like, I think we need the essentials first in it, because how many of us would say you know how to calculate like what your tax should be, or your tax
That is
code,
exactly what I
or
was going to go into.
like your mortgage calculations and stuff like that. There's simple calculations and stuff, but how many people can truly say that you understand interest? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put my hands up in it until like I don't even know, until midway through first year uni, I would say I didn't really understand that type of impact in it. So why don't we start with those basics first in it, and then stuff like 419. All that kind of stuff you can talk afterwards, innit?
But you know what? In terms of, I guess now we're on this topic of like the fault of the system. What you're saying about taxes and all this, you're completely right. Because I didn't know what a credit score was until I was 17.
Yeah.
And the only reason I knew what a credit score was because a situation happened, somebody tried to mess up with my account, innit? But that's the only reason I found out. So imagine if that person hadn't did what they did. When will I find out what a credit score is? When I get to uni.
Yeah.
You found out
When you're 18, you should
found out
learn
when
that.
you wanna like get like a loan, or you wanna get a
Right?
mortgage, and you're like, oh, your credit score's low.
And
You're like, credit score?
Credit score, what's that?
even if your credit score is okay, they'll just hand it to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you don't know that kind of implications it's going to have on your credit file. And then you're kind of finished, innit? So
And that's like
be-
not
to
just
be-
for
to be
loans,
fair,
houses, cars, everyday living things you need. Like you can't even get because you're not educated. Like in terms of taxes and all that. I'll put my hands up. I ain't got no clue about it. No clue about it. And it's like, it's just the things that they're supposed to be teaching you in school, useful stuff, they're not doing all of that. They're teaching you rubbish things. Like in geography, for example, for GCSE geography, they'll be teaching you about the population of whatever country. Right now, if you ask, I bet you, if you walk up and down the street and you ask someone, where's Venezuela?
That's South America, no?
See, this is my point. It is South America. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. But like, it's the fact that everyone has to take a beat. Like, people don't even know that Africa's a country. Like, are you serious? These are the things you should be teaching. Like, basic, as he said, basic stuff we should know to live life. Simple things as, paying rent. If you don't pay rent, you got arrears. Arrears affect this, that, back to your credit score. You don't know none of that as a student. As a student, you're thinking, I haven't paid my rent. I'll pay next student finance. Next student finance, nah, because it's already impacted you so much, and you have no idea until it's escalated. Like, what is that?
Do you guys want to know how I found out about credit scores?
Go on.
Obviously, my situation is different, but so I think I was like 18 or 17 even. Me and my dad had problems, so it's like buy your own phone, all that. So I was working, then I was like, I want to get a phone. So I went to the Apple store, right? I don't know if I did it online or I went to the Apple store, I can't remember. But I went to get a phone on the contracting, because my dad's like, no, I'm not doing a contract for you. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it myself. And then I went there, boom, they're like, credit score. I'm like, what is that, bro? I had never heard of that. So then I asked my dad about it, then he kind of said what it is, and then the rest I actually learned from YouTube. So but I wouldn't have known that if I did not try to buy a phone on contract. So you get me?
See, my problem with that situation there is like, what if it had gone through and you still don't understand the impacts that's gonna have on your credit file? And then 5 years time you're gonna buy a house. Then then you're finding out then seriously, you know what I mean?
I mean that happened to me. When I went to look for a phone, they brought up that thingy, what's it called?
Credit score.
Yeah, credit score. And I said, I don't know anything about credit score. And then the lady, she was like, I can check it for you. I was like, yeah, check it for me. I didn't care. And then she made the phone calls, and then she got back to me. She was like, we can make it work for you. I was like, yeah, sure.
But you still don't even know.
I still don't know. I still don't know what it is. I still don't know what it is.
Do you know what? I feel like now, the way people are kind of understanding is through like these new things, like Carlana ClearPay, right? Yeah. To me, that's how I understood credit score, because it's like, why should it have to take so long? Even not only to the school, like our parents as well. Like, they'll have the sex talk with us. They'll have the bees and birds.
What's sex talk? Did you
Okay, not me specifically, not in an African household. But you know what I mean, like
sex talk.
But like just the things your parents talk to you about. Like you're growing up now. Like I feel like that should also be part of the parents' responsibility, because this is your child, especially if your child is gonna move out, go to uni, do whatever. Because essentially they're just throwing us out there and we have no clue.
The problem with that is, I feel like, I don't know, for the younger generation it's a bit different, but for my generation, a lot of our parents were like first gen.
What generation,
me, I'm 25 now, so I'm 25, so I'm 98 babies. I'm talking about the younger ones, maybe 20 years and maybe a bit younger in it. Yeah. So for our age, a lot of our parents were like first gen in it, so they would have to teach us what they're trying to learn at the same time, you know what I mean? They're the first ones in this country. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put too much against them and be like, hey yo, because they were trying to understand at the same time, innit? They're learning.
Yeah, but like, it's not even like they haven't learned. Because yes, our parents are first gen, but by the time we got to the age where it's time to finally understand, like, when they first opened your first bank account for you, you're what, 13 maybe? So by the time it gets to 15, like now you know, obviously I don't know each personally, but by then your parents they've got cars, they've got mortgages, they've got houses, whatever it is, they understand it. The fact that they've got a house or a car, they now understand it. So it shouldn't be that difficult. Just like, you know, you don't even have to go into so much detail. Just making us aware. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't buy things online. All these scam things, like just making us aware. Like, by the way, you have a credit score and you have to protect it because that's how you're gonna get your house. Like you were saying, this 419 stuff. A lot of these people that get their accounts closed for this, look at where their credit score is, right? When you're young, you do stupid stuff. So take someone like that who was maybe 16, they were doing all this, all that. They've gotten to like 27, they've stopped all that, they've got a proper job, turning on to 30 is like, right, I'm ready to get a gaff. And you can't do that. Why? Because your credit score is gone.
Why you say get a gaff like that though?
Like, what do you mean though? But you can't. And obviously everyone makes mistakes in life, but some of these things, they could actually be prevented. If someone told me I have points that I have to always keep above 700, otherwise you can't live. Because without a credit score, you can't do a lot. You can't get a credit card, you can't get a house, you can't get a car, even rent. Even renting out a place, if you apply. Some of them will look at your credit score and say, hey, what will you do then? Move back home to your parents?
Say
What's that?
Bombastic.
Bombastic side eye.
Damn.
Yeah.